on my way to a haunted castle to do a paranormal investigation. And I'm too short for this thing. Hi, I'm Claire, and come here till I tell you about the time that I went to Kinnitty Castle in County Offaly with Pagan from the Try channel to go ghost hunting. Yep, ghost hunting. Now this might surprise you, but here in Ireland there are a few places that are known to be haunted, and there are a few paranormal investigation groups. One of these groups is Paranormal Supernatural Investigations Ireland, and they're pretty active in the spooky spots around the country. So Pagan, who you might know from the Try channel, booked us into this by messaging them on Facebook, and then we each sent them €150 via PayPal. I have to be honest and say I was like, wait, we have to send the money via PayPal? Really? But it all ended up being legit, and it included one night's stay in Kinnitty Castle in our own rooms, breakfast the next morning, and the investigation itself. The two of us taking pictures of breakfast. So Pagan and I met down at Kinnitty Castle, and we kicked off the night with the dinner where we met the other people taking part in the experience, the investigation, and also the investigative team from PSII.
Chicken burger. Lovely.
We got a surprise gift.
Oh, lovely. That's so nice. Wow, it's not even my birthday.
Followed by asking us to sign a liability waiver.
Yeah, and then just, second page. Thank you so much. Thanks, Mel.
That said that Paranormal Supernatural Investigations Ireland could not be held responsible in the event of a possession. Basically, the form said, if you take a spirit home with you, it's not our problem. Okay. After the dinner then we got straight into the investigation. We started off in Lieutenant Michael's room, and there was paranormal technology everywhere. There were motion sensor lights on the ground that were only supposed to go off when someone walked over them, but kept going off.
If you're feeling any way kind of anxious or anything does happen, obviously you can step out of the room at any time that you want. This would have been where they'd live, so they mightn't like you here. It doesn't necessarily always mean bad, demonic and things like that, but there is that too, so you just have to be careful.
And they had a number of different machines to communicate with spirits and ghosts, and I'd be lying to you if I said I remembered any of their names or what does what.
Okay guys, first of all, thanks very much for coming along. This is an investigation, it's a paranormal investigation. We're not guaranteeing that we're going to get any activity here tonight. At the end of the day, we might get something. This is what we normally do before we start off an investigation. This is an infrasound I have in my hand here, and what we tend to find that this does, it kind of rejuvenates energy in the room. So I'm going to probably 30 seconds, and I'm going to run it on 19 megahertz. We believe, even from Google this, 19 megahertz. Scientists believe that it can make you, your brain becomes more alert, if that makes sense, so to what we're doing, attuned.
It's the 8704FT, so I turn it on, and it comes on. Use the battery in this one, yeah? At that range is about enough.
We can also get intelligent responses by asking questions. We asked it to go to red, it went to red. Can you come up and touch the millimeter? It touches it, so it's more of a magnet for any energy to come up and touch.
But there was different machines to do different things. So there was a machine where the person using it would only hear letters coming through, and then they'd have to spell out whatever the ghost was trying to spell.
You turn off the lights?
Yep.
The first person that did it kept saying the letters L and the letters O, and everyone was like, oh, the ghost is saying LOL.
LOL.
Yeah, LOL, like laugh.
Laugh.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it actually makes more sense if she's trying to spell hello. Just saying. Never been on one of these before, but I really doubt a ghost knows the terminology LOL.
Do you want to speak to Louise again?
Whoa, whoa.
Louise, it's for you.
Look at that, look at...
There was one where the team recorded themselves asking questions out loud and then played it back so we could see if there was any voices that came back in on the recording when they played it back.
Do you like us being in the room?
Is there a man in this room with us?
Or is there a bear? Oh, that's a joke that's not going to age once that trend is over. Anyway, at this point there was a noise on the playback, right? Like somebody's stomach growling. And at some point, someone said, that sounds like an ultrasound. And I swear to God, I was so mad in that moment.
It's like an ultrasound.
I might be a skeptic, but I don't even want to entertain the idea of my baby getting haunted, okay? After that comment was made, I was like, nobody fucking turn around and look at me, I swear to God. There was another machine then where the ghosts replied in full words, using this kind of like AI robot voice.
Are you a female? Are you even human? Recuse Mike.
This is Lieutenant Michael's room.
That's crazy. This is Mrs. Mike's, isn't it?
Energy.
Energy, yeah. We're trying carpet.
Appetite.
Which kind of made me wonder why we bothered with the one where you have to spell what they say, but hey, I'm not an expert. I'm just here for the spooky vibes.
So the idea of this camera is here, it should pick up Louise sitting on the bed. That's Louise. See Louise?
Yeah.
You'd like to show yourself beside Louise?
Oh yeah.
There you go.
There you go. There's someone to your right hand side, standing at the side of the bed.
Yeah.
Then we went into the next room where apparently a child died, and of course there was a doll on the bed. Nice terrifying touch to that one.
This is a little doll. We've left this for over a year up there and no one's touched it.
If I came into a room and the doll was there, I wouldn't touch that doll either.
Can you give me a yes answer, please?
Then there was a little bit of crystalling, which didn't work, but also I was amused by because my mother used to do that to make big life decisions. That isn't a joke. I'm not joking. I wish I was joking. It's not a joke. Then we went into like the ensuite attached to that room, and there was a cubby hole in there. And apparently the little girl was like locked in there and left in there. And of course when we opened it, there was another doll in there.
I want to see you acknowledging us, please, before we go.
Bro!
Do you want to go on, Pagan?
Yeah, no, I definitely heard a girl there. I'm not going in there anymore. I heard a girl.
In there?
Yes. That I felt like maybe that doll has got a voice, but clearly hasn't. Did you just make a sound? Can you make that again?
Oh! Jesus, Peter. That's twice now.
I was getting a little bit tired of standing at this point, but Pagan was mad into it. And I have to say, if you're going to do something like this, get yourself a pagan to do it with. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should clarify the way that sounds actually. Get yourself someone like Pagan to do this with.
What the fuck is that? You heard that, right?
Yeah, I heard that. Do you hear the inflection in our voices? 2 types of people in the world, man.
Okay, bye. Thank you for talking to us.
Shove. Look at that. It sounds the shove. Looks like it wants us to shove you in there, Pagan. Look. Look.
Who do you want us to shove?
She would have been shoved in here.
At one point I had to run to the bathroom and come back, and when I was so tempted on the way back to burst in the door and scare the shit out of everyone, but I didn't, because I'm a good person. Next up was the basement, where we sat in candlelight and listened to this like radio frequency changer thing to see if we could hear any clear words coming through the static. I have to say that I didn't hear a thing when I was listening to it, but some people put it on and immediately heard a demon's name.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Demon name.
Oh, who was it?
Can't tell you.
A demon name?
Yeah.
Don't say it.
Yeah, you can't say it.
Followed by the demon saying they wanted to kill them. So I don't know what to tell you.
No. Said you're dying.
Last but not least, then we headed to this hall across the way that had old priests and stuff buried in it. Actually, the history of that hall is super interesting in and of itself. But here we used this device called the Phasmatron to see dancing figures sit beside Pagan.
Yes, picking you up beside it.
And he stood up. Oh, yeah, he's sitting down.
He's sitting down.
Or she's sitting down.
How do you know it's she?
I don't know. It's sitting down. How's that?
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, they're sitting down. I don't know if there was any pronouns back then, but...
There's a lot of dancing happening with them. And then, like all good Irish tour groups, we finished it off with a pint in the hotel bar before going to bed. I have to say, I really enjoyed the experience. Like, look, at the end of the day, right, I'm a bit skeptical, but the atmosphere of the hotel really does lend itself to the idea of it being haunted, to a paranormal investigation, when the lights are off and it's very quiet and creepy. It is a bit creepy. It also wasn't that expensive, so it was €150 each, but that included an overnight stay in the hotel in our own rooms, including breakfast, the investigation itself, and a free cup. The food in the hotel also was excellent. I was actually thinking it'd be a lovely night away with Alex, minus the haunting part. Although, he would be hilarious on one of these tours. Can you actually imagine? He'd be so rude. He wouldn't even pretend to not be a skeptic. This is stupid. So Kinnitty Hotel is one of a series of hotels in Ireland that are considered to be haunted, and these kind of paranormal groups do all these investigations in these different places. Like Leap Castle would be the most famous, but Kinnitty's up there. She's up there. And when I was looking this up, right, I actually came across this hilarious review for Kinnitty Castle on TripAdvisor. The review was complaining that the hotel was like too quiet, there wasn't enough people staying there. It was also too far away from like pubs or nearby towns or whatever for them to be able to do anything, which in fairness, that sounds like a you didn't do your research problem. And not a Kinnitty Castle problem, which is in the middle of fucking Offaly. Anyway, the reviewers complained about how bored they were, and then in the middle of it, it just says, we went to bed, and when the lights went out, the room was black dark. Then we heard breathing coming from a corner of the room. I barely slept a wink all night. My boyfriend then told me he saw a shadow in the room at 3 a.m. We left very early the next morning. And then it goes on to complain about something else. Imagine leaving a review and being like, this was too boring and there wasn't enough people staying there and it was too quiet and also there was demons in my bedroom. And last but not least, we didn't enjoy the breakfast. So apparently you can get haunted at Kinnitty Castle even if you don't go on one of the investigations. Oh God. I do have to say when I was alone in my room at night I was a little bit creeped out, so I definitely bring Alex with me next time for moral support, I guess. Thank you so much to Pagan for organising that and coming up with the idea. It was brilliant crack. I'd be mad keen to do stuff like that again when I'm a little bit more mobile. If you like this video, you might like the video where I took Ciara O'Doherty from the Try channel axe throwing, which I obviously survived, but like, just about. And last but certainly not least, if you want to see this video from Pagan's perspective, head over to Pagan's channel and her vlog is up now.
So how are you liking it so far?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's good crack.
Is it changing your beliefs so far?
Probably
No.
not. But I will say, like, every now and again I'm like, is this bad juju?
yeah, same. I feel like it's not like life-changing stuff happening, but I am altered slightly that I'm like, that could be real.
Should we be doing this?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is bad juju. Oh well. Still not possessed. All right.
Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Slán slán.